Hi there, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It's late in the afternoon. I'm going to do a quick poll with y'all. How many of you drive to work? All right, good portion. How many of you drive at least 10 minutes to work? At least 20 minutes to work? At least 30 minutes to work? More than 30 minutes? Nice. Yeah, so you have felt my pain. How many of you on that drive to work during your commute at some point have thought, why am I doing this to myself? Swerving and battling through. Yeah, I got a few folks that are with me on that. This was my reality, and my wife and I, when we lived in suburbs and cities, our observation was that we felt like we were just constantly sitting and standing in lines. We were sitting in traffic, we were standing in line at Starbucks, at the restaurant. We were even standing in lines to volunteer our time. It seemed like we were kind of constantly waiting to live life. Sort of like when you go to the amusement park and you're standing in line way more than you're actually riding on the rides. Anybody have that experience? So we over time, it kind of wore on us. And we got to the point where we really needed to make a change. And we weren't sure if we were quite mentally ready to make the leap out of a suburb or out of a city, and we were kind of stressed about it. We were thinking, what's it going to do to our career or our social life? Are there going to be enough extracurriculars for our kids? And we were just nervous. We weren't sure if it was going to work. And ultimately, we got to a point where we needed to make a leap, and we made a leap, and we moved to this beautiful small town, Sparta, North Carolina. You might know where that is? Oh yeah, great. Allegheny County, great spot. So we're in northwest North Carolina. And I don't know if you all remember a little bit earlier, they were showing some of the heat maps of connectivity. But it turns out that northwest North Carolina, as rural as it is, Ashe County, Wilkes County, Allegheny County, there's some phenomenal internet connectivity there. In fact, our little town of Sparta, population 1,800, had fiber optic internet before Miami and Atlanta. Is that wild? And it's thanks to our co-ops. We have some great co-ops up there, Skyline, SkyBest, Wilkes Communications, RidgeLink. They really did the work of it. But my wife and I were a part of a growing population. We realized that we're beneficiaries of that. So we moved to Sparta. And what we realized is that we weren't alone. There's this growing population of folks that have sort of decided to opt out of the suburban slug of making your way through traffic and fighting your way along. And they're moving to the mountains. They're moving to these beautiful places where we have rivers and we have mountains and we have trails and hiking. And we have great schools, as it turns out. So our kids are doing just fine. So we made that leap, and we have loved it, and we've met all kinds of interesting people who are doing interesting work, and I think this is kind of a snapshot of what rural North Carolina could look like in the future. So we have software engineers, we have data analysts, we have instructional designers, we have writers, consultants. They travel when they need to, but they live and enjoy the lifestyle of the mountains while they're there. We have one couple who lives way out in the mountains, and they literally have 2 creek crossings to get into their cabin. Meanwhile, they have a gigabit of internet to do their work, which is far-flung. So these are remote employees, these are freelancers, these are entrepreneurs. They're working for companies in Raleigh, they're working for companies in Charlotte, but they're also working for companies in Chicago, Los Angeles, all over the place. This is a snapshot, I think, of our future. And we talk about the rural-urban divide, which is a real thing in a lot of ways. But when it comes to professional services, when it comes to remote workers, this is largely a construct of our own minds. If we have great internet and we're committed to doing our work and doing it well, you can do it from anywhere. I had an employee, young millennial, good talent. We let him travel the world for 2 years, and he did copy editing and quality assurance for us. You can work from anywhere. You can make it happen. So we feel in northwest North Carolina that we're a great spot to choose. It's a great spot, not just to retire, but to bring your family to, or as a young upstart entrepreneur to start a company. And we are just about to launch Startup Northwest NC, which is one of our first regional efforts to kind of catalyze around this vision for the future. It's going to be a platform and a promotional program to connect entrepreneurs to resources, to one another, to opportunities. And over the coming years, we want to really expand our telework economy. And so that telework economy includes folks that are moving into the area, like myself, but they also include, as a representative of Wilkes Community College, we think about our local workforce and those folks that are there, that have grown up there, and that maybe have never been given the skills and the orientation to take advantage of that global economy. So that's what we want to do in Northwest Tennessee, is expand that telework economy, and we want to build partnerships with forward-looking companies like SAS and Red Hat and IBM, and maybe your organization. Just thinking about your employees, how many of them could work remotely, could live in Ashe, Wilkes, Allegheny County, and maybe go mountain biking on their lunch break and be really happy, productive, creative employees for you. Because and I don't have data to back this up, but my hypothesis is that bumper-to-bumper traffic and road rage do not foster creativity and growth. That's my own experience.